I just wanted to take a quick moment before we got into the fourth episode of this docu-series to say thank you. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed to this channel, everyone who has been watching me take this journey, everyone who has left a comment, everyone who has inspired me to keep going. I appreciate you. This video is pretty emotional for me, so I hope that you all enjoy it, and I hope that you continue to stay with me through this journey. Just a couple more episodes to go before I get out of prison. I know, right? I'm going to do a question and answer video. So if you have any questions that you need answered or want answered, leave a comment below, or you can send it to my email that's in the description. Once again, thank you for coming to see me today. In 2012, in Florida, they closed a number of work camps. And Levy Forestry Camp was one of those work camps. Some women had been at Levy for years, and some were just getting to the work camp when they decided to do this. In prison, there's something called institutionalization. And this is when men and women become institutionalized, and all they know is where they are. And they don't want to leave where they are because they feel safe, they feel comfortable. I remember it was in my last 90 days of incarceration, and they started to close the work camps. We had 4 dorms on the compound: A, B, C, and D. C was the culinary dorm. C was where anybody that worked on the compound resided. And then all the other dorms were mixed. You had forestry, you had recycling in those dorms. Anybody that was going outside of the gate were in the other dorms. At the end, there was only one dorm standing. Everyone else had been shipped off to Lowell. And Lowell had some type of work camp as well. And what ended up happening when Levy completely closed, forestry started picking up women from the work camp. But I remember the end. I remember watching women get shipped off in buses to Lowell. I remember friends leaving. I remember the last days watching people get shipped off in buses, them emptying dorms. At the end, there was only C dorm left. I think it might have been between 20 and 30 of us left on the compound. They took half of culinary, so they were working 7 days a week. By this time, I was in forestry. I was pulling trees before they started to shut down everything. And in forestry was freedom. Forestry, you can go outside the gate. Forestry, you got to see things that you wouldn't normally get to see behind the walls. I remember a dog that wandered up on the work camp, and for some of the women that was a bit of normalcy to see an animal besides a squirrel. And in the morning, that dog would be outside that gate when we were leaving at 5 o'clock in the morning to go and pull trees. I've never seen an animal make people so happy. Forestry was a different animal. Forestry, you'd be in this big field pulling seedlings, little pine trees, little cypress, all kind of just different types of species of trees. And you would pull them, put them in a bucket, fill your bucket, put them on the back of this truck. Once all the trees were pulled from the day, you would go into the shed and you would shake the trees, and then you would line them up. You would pack them and then put them on another truck, and they would ship them out to be sold. But no matter how tedious or back-breaking this work was, it was a sense of freedom to be in this field in the open with no gates, with no barbed wire fences, with minimum security. It was freedom. And forestry was beautiful. Sometimes you can get to see the sunrise over the forest. And seeing the sunrise over the trees of a forest is different than seeing the sunrise over barbed wire fences. During the last days of the work camp, nobody knew what days they were leaving. Of course, for security purposes. I was the last of the Mohicans, which means that when Levy Forestry Camp closed, I was on the last bus to leave the place. And I believe I was one of the last ones to leave because my lieutenant didn't want to see me go. She wanted me to be with her as long as I could. And there was no funny business. We became friends. Out of the 18 months that I was incarcerated, I was at Levy Forestry Camp for 15 of them. Levy Levy was essentially my home. I know that sounds crazy, but when we left to go to somewhere new, that change from what you were used to was just wasn't comfortable. And I remember getting on that bus with the other 20, 25 women with 2 bags of my belongings. And looking back, and watching my home disappear.